Hi everyone. From the date of inception of UAE VAT law, there was a confusion regarding time limit of recoverability of VAT input. As per the VAT law, you can claim your VAT input during the period of receipt of that particular invoice and one subsequent period. Once you miss these two periods, you are not supposed to claim the VAT input. For example, your VAT period is January to March, that is Jan, Feb and March. In case you miss to record an invoice in that particular period, you can claim your VAT input in the immediate subsequent period, that is April, May and June. If you didn't recover your input tax credit within this period, then you are not eligible to claim it in the subsequent periods. This created lot of difficulties for the businesses. The difficulty was much higher for those who are having a monthly return. For example, somebody is receiving an invoice on 30th of January. He should claim it in the same period, that is January, or next VAT period, that is February. If he misses 2 months, he will lose that eligibility. He should go for other options like voluntary disclosures. So in case of industry like construction or infrastructure projects, where the approval of invoices is required from external parties, consultants and so on, or different level of internal management, it was very difficult to get the invoices approved within the time frame and claim the input credit within the prescribed time as per the UAE VAT law. To overcome this, FTA has come up with recent public clarification explaining the time limit for claiming VAT input. As per UAE VAT law, input can be claimed once a proper tax invoice is received. Second one, there is an intention to make the payment before expiry of 6 months time against that invoice. Having condition number 1 being receipt of tax invoice, we need to ensure the tax invoice is as per the prescribed requirement as per UAE VAT law. Second one, intention to make the payment within 6 months is getting established only after all the internal approvals are completed. So if you are receiving your tax invoice, supplier invoices in one tax period, however, your internal approvals are not completed in that tax period, hence you are not supposed to claim the VAT input in that particular tax period of where you receive the invoice. You should claim the invoice input credit only after you complete all your internal approvals are done and that establishes an intention to make the payment within 6 months of time. We have to note that if input tax credit is not recovered in the period which the intention to payment is established, we can claim the input credit in the immediate next tax period. If it is quarterly, it is the next quarter. If it is a monthly, it is in the immediate next month. In case somebody misses to claim the input credit after establishing the intention to payment or even in the subsequent period, then he is supposed to do a voluntary disclosure as per the provisions of the Act. So it's very important to note that once that particular period or immediate subsequent period is missed, then we are not supposed to claim it in the subsequent periods of our VAT return. We should go for a voluntary disclosure as per the provisions of voluntary disclosure. One more thing to be noted is, in case we did not make the payment within 6 months of time, if there was an intention to make the payment, we claim the input, after 6 months still the payment is outstanding, in such cases we are supposed to reverse that particular input credit on expiration of 6 months in that period. After 6 months, that particular VAT return, we have to deduct this VAT input which we have claimed already. And subsequently, after the reversal, if we made the payment, we can claim the input credit on the period in which we have made the payment. So once initially we claimed upon receipt of invoice and in the establishing of intention of payment, subsequently it is proven that there was no payment made, hence we reversed. Later, when we make the payment, we can claim the input credit. To summarize, businesses has to revisit their internal approval process of supplier invoices, ensure tax returns includes only those input invoices where there is an intention to payment within 6 months and proper tax invoice is established. They may have to go back to their books and see if there is some invoices they missed due to delay in receipt of invoice which is expensed off in the books. As per this public clarification, they are eligible to go for a voluntary disclosure to claim those input. So it's very important for the businesses to understand these provisions and implement in their business.